Hey, what's up, good people? How you doing? Welcome back to Stock Up with Larry Jones. Hey, listen, a lot of you guys are not getting your notifications, okay? So you're just gonna have to just come here, and we don't know why. It is activated. You'll go and see that it is activated, but they're not coming through. And another one of my friends, one of the squad members, got a warning, a video taken down on yesterday. No reason, and then they put it back up. So guys, I'm just telling you guys what's going on behind the scenes. Right, we're going to talk about stock that are tied to crypto. Stock that are tied to crypto. You know, BMNR, MicroStrategy, those two mainly, because there's a lot of uninformed investors out there that the money is burning a hole in their pocket, and they're just dumping, dip buying, and not understand the underlying asset in which they are purchasing. Okay, so let's go here. Let's just take a look. Oh yeah, by the way, this is brought to you guys by StockUpU. StockUpU. Use coupon code LEARN, LEARN, in the description below. Now's the time to get prepared, okay? And then you can buy now, pay later, or you can gift it to someone. So if you really want to learn about stocks, all stocks, and crypto, that's where you need to invest in yourself. Let's go. All right, we could see that the NASDAQ right now is doing well. And the S&P, they're both doing well. The entire market is doing well. Dow had 3 days of downturns, and now it is turning around. Now, what I want to do here first is I want to play a video, and then I'm going to go over MicroStrategy and BitMine and explain the correlation with crypto to help you save your earnings, or should I say protect your gains or limit your losses. Now, I have to say this. Anything I say is not a suggestion for you to buy, hold, or sell. I'm just showing you what I'm doing. I'm not a financial advisor. You must do your own due diligence and your own research. You are responsible for your own money. Now, I want you guys to listen to this carefully, and then we're going to discuss.
Dollars for the first time in a while. It has obviously rebounded a bit. We're in back above that. Are there cracks in crypto here? What do you make of this?
Well, we've seen a lot's been reported about these, we'll call them original whales, who've held Bitcoin for 8-10 years, either outright selling billions worth of their Bitcoin or moving them from their private wallets to an exchange, inferring they were going to be selling those, hence they put them on the exchange. And so you have this confluence of events. It's risk off. So, I mean, I think a 20% sell-off, it's somewhat mild for the space, right? Ethereum's closer to a 30% sell-off. So I don't think it's any more than just a regular sell-off, but I do think the market gets a little panicky when you have these very long-term holders, you know, selling billions and billions that they've held on for 10 years. I think people are like, what do they know that I don't know? But I just think that's, you know, part of the narrative of why it's weak. But I think this will once again be an opportunity for people that want to own it to be able to add to it while it's down versus adding to it a month ago when it was at an all-time high.
Joe, I think I need to get your take too. I mean, you literally just added strategy in the rebalance.
Yeah, I'm not so sure. Look, Bryn knows way more about the fundamentals of crypto than I do. We're tracking momentum, and I fear that if you're looking at momentum, maybe we showed up in the crypto universe a little bit late. At the end of the summer, we bought Coinbase. We're now down on that Coinbase. We added strategy recently. We're scanning 500 large cap U.S. companies by market cap.
So he's down, and he's down because of his timing of entering into these stocks. Now, what I want to say is I had a conversation with someone that I met the other day, and it actually was last week. And he's, hey, man, family, how come we not loading up on BMNR or MSTR? You see the price? And I said, how much is Ethereum right now? I don't know. I said, how much is Bitcoin right now? Well, I think it's this price. And I just shook my head. I'm going, that's what you're buying. As a matter of fact, You're buying that, but you're buying that leverage. Again, MicroStrategy used to be 1.75 leverage to Bitcoin, just like BMNR, BitMine, is leveraged to Ethereum. Understand the underlying value of the asset that you are purchasing. You're actually purchasing Bitcoin and Ethereum through a company that all they do is do convertible notes, and they buy more Bitcoin and Ethereum. MicroStrategy just buys more Bitcoin, and BitMine buys more Ethereum. And that's it. That's their entire portfolios. So you have to look at the price of crypto before you, or not just the price, you have to look at the momentum and what direction is it going. So if crypto has been crashing for the last week, then you may be catching a falling knife by loading up on these too early. So now let's take a look here, good people. So this is Ethereum, ETH at the top, which is the blue, and you got BitMine at the bottom, right? Clearly you can see that BitMine is down by more, right? So now go out a month. I stack these. We've been over this before. The further down BitMine gets away from, remember, look at the gap. The further away it gets down, the better to buy. All right, the better the buy. And so you could see that Ethereum and BitMine, which just loads up, if you bought right here, you actually lost more money buying BitMine than just Ethereum. Okay, and the same thing with Bitcoin. If you just look at Bitcoin for the 5-day, let's go out a month. That way you could see it. The exact same thing. You know, it should be lockstep, but it isn't. You could see that strategy that only buys Bitcoin, strategy is the yellow. You can clearly see that the gappage is getting wider. You see that? The spread is getting wider. So because it's leveraged on the way up about 1.75, sometimes when it goes up, it goes like this. And now it's not 1.75, right? And then it actually starts leveraging up more, like 2% to 1. But on the way down, sometimes it falls more than 175 and by 2%. And here's what I want to show you. Right here, you can see on the month, Bitcoin is down by 15.69%, and MicroStrategy is down by 30%, twice as much. Understand? And so don't be in a hurry to catch a falling knife. Don't be in a hurry to buy the asset at the wrong price. So I want to show you a list of some stock that, let's see if I can get this down a little bit. Alrighty, guess not. All right, this is a list of some stock. You could see it here. The stock and the price. Hood, you can see that. Coin, MicroStrategy, PayPal. These are linked to crypto in one way or another. Circle, Iron, you can see that. BitMine right here. You could see that. RIOT, Cypher, Mara. Look at that. Bullish. You can see Wolf, Hut, CleanSpark, and you have all of these companies and ETFs and all of that are in some way SBET, Hive, BTBT. All right, we know what that is. That's an ETF. These are linked to crypto in some form or another. And so you can't just blindly buy these without knowing what's going on with crypto overall. And this is about stock. I'm going to do another one about crypto in general. So we know that yesterday, Bitcoin dipped under 100K, and we've rebounded a little bit, up 3% today. Ethereum up 5% today, but still down massively for the week. That's a lot, right? So what is going on? Let's look at the Fear and Greed Index. Look at that. Boom. We're right here now. That's where we are, right there. And you could see yesterday we were at 27% fear. Last week we were at 39, right? Last month we were neutral. So we went from fear to neutral. Now we hit in the red, that's extreme fear. So we're at the low range of fear, but also look at where stocks are. Boom, fear. Literally the exact same position. So we are in fear with stocks and we are in fear with crypto. And so I just started to buy BitMine and Strategy, okay? And because of what I see, and I just think it's a fair value at this point to start dollar cost averaging. Let's take a quick look. If you look at the weekly chart on the 200-day moving average, all right, EMA, you could see that we dipped beneath here, right? But that was 2022, right? We knew that that was just a bear market. We are coming near touching the 200-day moving average on the weekly, but let's look at how it looks on the daily, right? Let's just look at that. And you know what? Let's close this right quick. Let's just close the MACD and let's just take a bold look at this, right? Should I say a clear look at this? We could see here, bam, touched here, bam, touched here. And where are we? We're right back here. You could see that. You could see a W pattern forming right here. You could see that, boom, 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 right? And then went up. Now we're retracing and coming right back down. And I'm hoping that we could go this way, right? That doesn't mean it's going to happen. We can continue to break down, but I'm hoping that as I dollar cost average, we will start to go back up. This is the 200-day on the daily, all right? You guys tell me what you think, all right? But all I know is that had I been dollar cost averaging or going in heavy before today on BitMine and MicroStrategy, I would have lost a lot of money. So I just started a position today, dollar cost averaging back in. All right, good people, I'm going to leave it right there. I got to run to another meeting. But listen, if you want to learn how to think and trade for yourself in stocks and crypto, you're going to hear about this all this month. Black Friday sale is going on right now with Money Moves. Most of you guys that are listening, if you'd got it last year, you would be massively up with stocks and crypto because you have to learn before you earn. Now, if you purchase it and don't study, then it's not going to work. I don't want you to just buy it and not study. I want you to listen, get the education, learn more and earn more. Okay. All right. I love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Live, love, laugh, and learn.